Alright guys, standing in front of the biggest tree on our homestead here. This tree is very ancient, probably 150, 200 year old hickory tree. And this year it is loaded with hickory nuts. I want to mention I was inspired to do this video by Pratt Family Homestead video on their nuts, on their property. They're walnuts. I'm going to kind of tour, give you guys a kind of a tour of our nut trees on the property, see what's producing and what's not. But here's the hickory tree. Check this out. Look, I mean, we've already got, I just raked this 2 days ago, and we've got just littered with hickory nuts here again. So yeah, I mean, look at all these nuts. It's crazy. So this tree is huge. I don't know if you can get this into perspective, but the trunk of this tree is just massive, and it's a tree that's out in the open, so it is has a very large canopy. It goes out, I'd say 30 feet on each side at least. Maybe more like 40. So it's probably about an 75 to 80 foot wide canopy on this tree. And it's all of 100 foot tall. And the canopy goes almost all the way to the top. So it is just flat. It has probably at least a ton, literal ton, of these little doohickeys right here on it. These hickory nuts right there. Just crazy. And also inspired by Pratt Family, I raked up a bunch 2 days ago and fed it to the pigs. And boy, I'm glad I did. They are just loving it, and that is saving a ton on our feed bill. So thank you, Pratts, for that tip. That was great. I also have an apple tree over there that we picked up apples from yesterday. It's right over there. It's an apple tree. Well, let's take a look at that apple tree. It doesn't have to all be about nuts, right? Except for the neighbor's dogs. They're not happy about me walking around over here and filming. But this apple tree, it's just one of these that grow alongside the road here in Michigan. You pretty much go on to any dirt road in Michigan, you'll find apple trees on the side of the road. It needs trimmed and everything, but we collected probably 25 pounds of apples that were good enough to can. Yeah, they're about ready to start coming out, if you can see that one. Focus. You see the husk is coming off the nut at the moment. And these, what'll happen is it'll either fall off completely right here like it just did, or it'll open up like this, and then the nut itself will fall out on the ground just like that. So, and that's why you have most of the nuts actually do that. They come out of the husk and then fall out like that. But some of them will fall down with the husk. Let's see if we can find one. Yeah, here's one. There's one right there. Fell down with the husk. And all I do is I just come out here with a rake and rake up little piles. And I'll see if I can videotape some of that, because I'm going to do some of that right now. And then rake them into the bucket with the tractor over there. Just put the tractor down flat on the ground like it is, and rake the nuts right into it. So anyway, you can see all this area I raked the other day, and there's quite a few nuts. I might not rake this area today, because I've got another area over there that I didn't rake the other day. I might wait and let a few more nuts fall on this spot. But man, it's really helping out. I'd like to know if any of you guys know how long hickory nuts last, how long you can store them. I'd like to know, because we might save some for later on. So, because I don't think I have, I mean, I've got way more nuts than they can eat right away. So anyway, let's go check out the walnuts in the other part of the property. Alright guys, I'm standing here in what I call our Walnut Grove, part of our property. It's one of my favorite places on the property. We've got about 300 walnut trees planted. On about 4 or 5 acres here. But they're about 30 years old. The former owner of the property planted these for us. So that was nice of him. No, he actually planted them about 10 years or so before I bought the property. So, but anyway, these trees up until now, actually, they still don't produce walnuts that I've been able to find. I haven't looked every year. I looked the last year, and there was so much undergrowth. I'll show you kind of behind me over here. You can see all this on the other side of the fence. There's just all these black caps and raspberries and things like that that made it just real difficult to try to find walnuts in there. But so we really haven't searched real hard for walnuts. You guys can see that. So we really haven't searched very hard for walnuts on this property because you know, there's pokers and pickies and all kinds of stuff in there. So, but this year, part of this place we've had the cows run on, and so they kept they pretty much made it like a park in here. You can see that, and so it gives me the ability to look around on the ground and see if I can find walnuts. And well, lo and behold, here's one right here. But problem is that they're few and far between. So probably won't be feeding them to the pigs, but I probably will. I am actually going to do that right now. I'm going to gather these up and put them in a feed sack. Alright guys, I just picked this walnut up, and see those little white crawly things in there? Some sort of insect larva is infesting this walnut. If you guys have ideas on how to prevent that, I'd be all ears. Probably going to feed this one to the chickens so they can peck those off. But yeah, I don't want to eat bug infested, larva infested walnuts. Focus. There we go. Wow guys, I just walked over to another hickory tree on our property, and it is just, the ground is just littered with hickory nuts. I'm going to have to come over here with a bucket too and pick up hickory nuts. I got 2 or 3 trees on the property like this. So yeah, definitely looks like it's going to be worthwhile to pick up these nuts. And check this out, we got lots of hickory sticks dry on the ground that we're going to have to pick up anyway in order to rake this. So this will be good wood to smoke some meat. Maybe make some homemade bacon. That would be awesome. I'd love to try that. Or maybe smoke a ham. Or I got a couple little piggies that are about roasting size. So, but anyway, yeah, looks like I'll have lots of pig feed at any rate. This is kind of a mosaic of old hickory nuts and shells. What could this possibly be? It's all stuck together and picked up all these sticks and shells and leaves. Why, it's a cow patty. It's nice and dry. Could probably cook my dinner on that. Oh, it's hard too. Yep. You can use that for firewood. I think the key here, guys, with this, you see this rake, it has adjustable tines. So I can set it pretty narrow so that the nuts don't slip through. Alright. I fed some of the nuts to these pigs yesterday and they did a pretty good job. I gave them a whole bucket. They did a pretty good job of eating them up. Let me throw a few more in there and kind of show you guys what they do. Oh yeah, they're chewing them up good. There's one over there, silly. There's one over there for you. Go get it. Look at them wagging their tails. Happy little piggies. Happy little piggies. Well, I was going to give this bucket load to Petunia here because it looks like she still got apples yet left from yesterday, so I'm going to let her eat on those. Petunia, the mama piggy. How you doing, Petunia? How's it going, Petunia? Staying nice and cool in the shade? Yeah? Those babies just won't stay in here, will they? See if I can get close enough. Nope, they're taking off. They're saying, nope, we're out of here. Anyway, so let's dump this bucket of nuts over for the piggies. There you guys go. Look at them. What are they? Good stuff. I didn't ask for your opinion, Mr. Rooster. I didn't ask for your opinion. Hush. Yeah, they're even hucking them. Getting the husk off of them. They're cool. They like the nuts. I got one pig over here that hasn't had any nuts yet, so we'll see what he thinks. Mr. Hammy. Mr. Hammy hasn't had any nuts yet. So I'll throw some nuts in there for him. See what he thinks of them. I might have some Coon potbelly cross piglets for sale in here in a few weeks. So stay tuned for that. If you're in Michigan, you might have a chance to get some. Okay, Mr. Hammy. Look at that. He's chewing on them. Taking the husk off. It's like they instinctively know what the good part is. Is that crazy? It's just insane. So there you go. Feed your pigs hickory nuts. It's free food. Well, if you guys like this video, click the thumbs up, subscribe. If you have any questions, comment below. We'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Luna, what are you eating out of there?
She's trying to find the leaves.
Trying to find the... What are you eating, you silly goat?
She's trying to eat food.
That's piggy food.
She's trying to eat the wood.
There's no goat food in there.
Well, I did find a few leaves.
Did you?
Yep.
What are you eating? What is she getting after? She's just after something. She found something tasty, I guess, to snack on. What are you eating?
She's trying to find leaves. Leaves.
Oh yeah, there you go. There's a few leaves in there, I guess.
No, like here.
There you go. Okay, Anna, say goodbye to everybody.
Okay.
Look at the camera.
What?
Look at the camera and say bye to everybody.
Bye.